everybody, it's your Chef D26 and my best companion, the Colossus of Clouds, the King of Clash, the one and only Irish Boozehound. He's here with me once again, and we're very sorry for taking so long for another video review because you gotta remember, in the month of January ain't exactly known for its best fucking movies, and that's why it took so long. So right now, Black Panther was probably the only movie that actually came up between here and December.
I know at the end of our last review, The Last Jedi, I told you I was going to be wearing my Stormtrooper helmet, but unfortunately, problems arose with it, so...
Yes.
Maybe the next the movie coming out, Han Solo, I'll have everything geared up and ready to go. That looks awesome, by the way. If you have not seen the Han Solo trailer, please go check that out after this review. You guys are in for a real treat.
Looks like it's more Flash than anything else.
Says the one who doesn't love Star Wars as much as moi.
Moi?
Yes.
Moi? There you. Yeah? There you. Get him, Hulk. Attack!
Good Hulk.
Good Hulk. Alright. So we are here today, and we are going to review Black Panther. Or...
Wanted.
Wanted?
This is a great Marvel movie. You should guys go check this out. It's a great Marvel movie.
We're going to review Wanted, not Black Panther.
No, I'm actually kind of wondering when they're going to make a sequel to this or tie it into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but...
They already did. It's called Weapons of Fate under 360.
No, that doesn't count. Anyway.
It's badass.
It's Black Panther.
Okay, so continue on from freaking this Wanted. Yes, it is Marvel, but it's not the movie we're going to review.
Has your girlfriend in it?
The one with the no vagina Jolie?
Yes, and the lips that are this wide and has a gaping... never mind, we're not going to...
Yeah, don't get too caught up in the details of what she doesn't have anymore. So anyway, yes.
9 kids later?
Yes, 9 kids later. Got our mostly all adopted. So okay, come on.
No wonder Brad went back to Jennifer Aniston.
Yes. God. Okay. Okay, let's continue on.
Alright.
Here's a review of Black Panther. Meow. Yes. Or was that a cat? Or was it supposed to be go row?
It's meow.
Meow?
Meow.
Okay. Alright, this movie was directed by, forgive me if I mispronounce his name. His name is Ryan Coogler. Is that how you say it? Ryan Coogler. He's only directed pretty much only 3 movies. He's done Creed, which is a very good movie.
That actually, yes.
That is a very good movie right there.
Oh no, is he directing Creed 2 that's coming out?
I'm not sure, but it would be good. Would be good. And he also did one other one. What is it? Fruitville Station. Never heard of it, so I can't tell you if it's good or not. But
Creed is definitely a 4-star movie. We gave it 4 stars.
Yes.
Check out his review.
Yes. Well, we haven't done a review on it yet. So.
Oh yeah. Shame on you.
Yes.
Shame on you.
Shame on me.
I give it a 4 out of 4. Creed was an amazing. Has really nothing to do with Rocky's career. This is more of Apollo's career being lifted, and Michael B. Jordan really steals the movie. Just like in this movie, he puts up the exact same performance, but we'll explain that a little bit later in the review.
Yes. So right now, I gotta say right now, Black Panther acting was actually pretty damn good.
It really was.
Yes, and Chadwick Boseman, he actually did a very fantastic job with this one as playing King T'Chaka.
You know what? I really have to say Chadwick is really rising up. One of the other movies I really love, and another one I recommend you go check out, he refused to watch it. But I saw it in theaters by myself. It was 42, the story of Jackie Robinson, the first black or African American in Major League Baseball. Great movie. He really shines as his character, and his performance in that movie he brought to here. And throughout the whole movie, he gives it 100%. It just really
makes you believe in his character, basically.
Yeah, and it really is an excellent casting choice as a Black Panther, I thought.
Yes, I gotta say that. Him and Michael B. Jordan also did a very fantastic job in this one as well.
Yes.
He played, was it Eric Killmonger, I believe? So we won't discuss in depth of detail, and not until we get into spoiler talk. But right now we're just doing a review, and his character was pretty good. But just like any other Marvel movie, it always has trouble with its villains. And I thought they would do something somewhat different to keep them, you know,
we've seen it in a lot of these startups, like in Ant-Man. We saw it in what's another one?
Like Thor, the Dark World.
Yes,
with the Dark Elves.
The Dark Elves, which I thought should have been just redone. I mean, it does. We haven't seen any real good villains since the introduction of Loki.
Loki's the only one.
Red Skull. Red Skull.
Yeah,
you guys, I've seen a lot on YouTube and a lot on Facebook and other social media sites. No one really talks about Hugo Weaving. I actually thought he was a great job. It actually inspired me for this tattoo. Probably showed it in one of his reviews, but I actually thought Red Skull was amazing. I can't wait to see Hugo Weaving come back as his character.
Please bring him back. Please bring back the Red Skull. It shows clearly that he did not die in Captain America, the First Avenger. So please bring him back at least for Infinity Wars or Part 2. Because you're just wasting a damn good character and a damn good actor. Alright? Andy Serkis' character, he did very well.
He played Claw, and yes,
Ulysses Claw.
For me, his action scenes and his character would probably stand out the most for me in this movie. I actually really loved him in this movie.
If you really don't know who Andy Serkis is, he played Gollum in Lord of the Rings. He played Caesar in the Planet of the Apes. He also played, what was it, lead Supreme Snoke in Star Wars, which you already saw a review, was kind of cut down a little too early by our taste. But he's a fantastic motion capture actor. Just supporting actors did a very good job. Angela Bassett in this movie. Forrest Whitaker is in this movie. Even Martin Freeman is in this movie. And I gotta say right now, Martin Freeman had a bigger role than he did in the Civil War. Would you believe that?
Yeah.
But I was kind of surprised of that.
Yeah, I really was.
And we will go into more detail of what he does and everything like that.
One character I really have to give another shine to is Forrest Whitaker. I mean, he really did a fantastic job. And remember when I was telling you before this movie, did you notice his character and how he kind of acted like the same as he did in Star Wars Rogue One? He acted just like he was like stuck in character for this movie. Yes, you noticed it. You noticed it.
If you lie, I was like, okay.
I would have to say, Marvel always delivers every single movie on the special effects. We will never, ever, I don't think, see any kind of less from them, because Lucas does all the special effects.
Yes, when it comes to special effects in Black Panther, visually stunning. The great terrains they show of Africa was very, very good. And also, gotta say this right now, is also the culture, diversity in this one was a big one to me. I thought it was a huge, completely different turn for Marvel.
There has been very, very few comics or even characters outside of America. Wakanda is one of the ones, and for me, I actually think they did a very good job, you know, masking it and blending it in with the countryside of Africa.
Yeah.
Because you're flying over it, you just see trees, and you're like, well, where's Wakanda? And all of a sudden, you fly into this hill, and it takes you through a portal. Bam!
Yes.
There's like this massive giant city that looks like Hong Kong mixed with Tokyo.
And just remember, if it's in the trailer, it's not spoiling you guys. Just
yeah. So I mean, yeah, like you said, it was in the trailer. So you know that spaceship that's flying, you just see it. It's just wow. You know, to actually mass this, the technology in this movie, it really, really, really is main focal point of this movie is the technology.
Yes, and it's also, this movie is more focused around the character, not just him being a hero himself. He's more about focusing on being a king, and what to do in certain situations, and what is he going to do for his people, his country, what is going to do, what is best for him, or the people, or Wakanda, and shit like that.
Now, I don't know if this is spoiler or not, but the plot of this movie, and everyone who's ever read a Black Panther comic, is vibranium. Basically, what this shield right here is made from.
Yes. It's not
from this world. It's kind of like iridium. Iridium is the most and rarest metal known to man on Earth right now, and it was delivered by the asteroid that struck 65 million years ago. That kind of inspired Stan Lee to create the vibranium in his comics. So Black Panther, Wakanda, and it shows in the movie that this is a very precious metal, and this is how they get their technology. Very few action scenes. Is that good? Is that bad? We can get more in depth in that in the spoiler talk. But for me, I think this was more of a drama movie. I mean, this is the introduction of Black Panther, so this movie is more drama-ish than I would say action. It's not the high-octane
It's
movie.
more about his character.
Yeah, it's not the high-octane
taking on the responsibilities.
Captain. It's not high-octane like Iron Man or even Hulk right here. So, but all in all, it was a good movie, I would say. And could have been better? Yes.
Could have been even worse.
Yes,
it could have. They could have screwed up like the Last Jedi.
But for us right now, it's kind of hard to talk about it without spoiling anything because
yes. So right now, if there's anything to talk about the review, no. Let's just go straight up into spoilers, guys. But before we do that, we're gonna wrap it up with our final verdict. All right, Clifton, what would you give it? Your honest opinion. Opinions will vary.
This one. I was thinking long and hard about this, guys. I'm not even worried about what people are saying about this movie on social media or anything like that. But for me, in the movie, I have to give it 3 out of 5.
Not bad, Clifton. Not too bad. Me, out of my own personal opinion, I try not to listen to it because there's a black director, and they're all in Africa. It's all about their heritage. I didn't look at it that way. I looked at it, this is just another Marvel movie. They're introducing another character. I want to see how well did they portray him, how well was his origins, and how well did the plot play out throughout the entire movie. Acting, special effect, action, all that, and character development. I'm looking at it the whole as an entire whole here. So I gotta give my honest opinion. I gotta give it 4 Black Panthers out of 5. It's a little shocking. I know me and Clifton don't always see eye to eye, but this is the first time we've ever done.
This is a rare one where we don't have the exact same.
Yeah, but I was surprised of this movie. I was kind of entertained in how well they actually did this one.
Yeah.
So yes, that is my personal opinion. Not everybody will agree with me.
Like he was saying, it really has nothing to do with color or race or anything like that.
Yeah,
I mean, me and him, we're not about that because, we like
these movies.
On this show, we have a certain integrity to hold, and our political or personal opinions don't matter here. It's about the movie and telling you whether should you spend your money to go watch it or should you save your money and go see something else instead. Yes. That's what this show's about, and that's what we're presenting to you. Now, I think it's safe to say to go into spoiler talks.
Yes.
So,
spoilers.
You have been warned.
You have been warned.
Right. So, right away, this movie opens up 5 tribes.
It starts off with a meteor going to hit the Earth. It's about somebody telling a story.
Anyway, 5 tribes. Big asteroid, like I was telling you about, 65 million years ago. An asteroid hits Earth. This asteroid is made of nothing but vibranium. And just solely vibranium. Like the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. Iridium. 5 tribes. They pretty much, one warrior touched the little plant thing and drank the contents of it and possessed the powers of Black Panther. Out of the 5 tribes, 4 of the 4 tribes got along. They've lived peacefully. One tribe, or in the movie, they're the white apes, they didn't agree with what they were doing with the technology, so they kind of separated themselves from the rest of the 4 tribes. And that's the movie shows, how the world's gone into war and in succession, and how Wakanda has been developing rapidly with this vibranium at the point where they had to seclude the city and hide it from the rest of the world. And that's where Michael B. Jordan kind of comes in. His father, T'Chaka, never told Black Panther that he had a brother, and that he actually did, but he never told him that he murdered him.
Yeah, and he left his son there.
Yeah, and he left him there. And that's kind of like how this movie starts. Is it starts very sad and shocking.
Yeah, because reality is in the movie, not anybody could challenge the king for the right to rule Wakanda. Mm-hmm. You only have to have royal blood. So right now, Michael B. Jordan is his cousin, and right now he kind of made his way into Wakanda.
Yeah.
To challenge him. And we're about to tell you how he actually made his way into it, which is kind of strange because, yes, I had to say this, guys, Ulysses Claw does die in this one, which I thought was kind of weird. I thought they could at least kept him alive and brought him back a little bit later in the future. But they didn't. They killed him.
Okay, I felt like right away at the beginning of the movie, I felt like this movie should have been broken into two movies. I think that, in my opinion, in my mind, Marvel's idea was we got to hurry and get a story out for Black Panther because he's going to be in Infinity Wars and people got to know who he is and we got to do it quickly. And I felt like this was rushed, and this is why I give this movie 3 out of 5, is because I felt this movie should actually have been broken into two parts. One, to show the introduction of the character. However, Michael B. Jordan's character, Eric, should have been actually a second movie. How him taking over and challenging should have been in another movie. I mean, this movie was rushed. It was compiled too quickly, and it was
that hurts the villains in the most part.
Yes, because Claude died too quickly.
Yeah,
and his character was rarely used. I actually love Andy Serkis, and for him to only be in the South Korea, and then after that his character is expendable. Yeah. It ruins the integrity of the movie. And for me, I felt like I'm watching two different movies, because the first movie had great build-up, had great intensity, and then all of a sudden, after the South Korea scene, everything just crashes, and then we go into a different movie. And it feels like the whole world and everyone is crashing down because of the fact that Michael B. Jordan's character says that we need to get the vibranium out to the world. People need this technology. We can actually be the toughest, most baddest country. I mean, he has this Adolf Hitler mindset.
And that's what Chadwick Boseman's character, the Black Panther, was thinking about that earlier on. It's about, like, should we help the rest of the world, or should we just keep to ourselves? Because he knows that helping the rest of the world, is in need. They're in dire need. But he also knows that if you expose yourself out there, you can get corrupted.
Yeah, and basically, what happened with Civil War is still playing in his mind. What happened with his father and how his father was trying to help the world slowly by introducing their technology. Because his father always played off Wakanda as being a third world country, very poor, very broke. Never mentioned anything about vibranium.
Now, the country of Wakanda itself, like you said earlier in the review, there's just a big old huge shield, and there's a city in there, an advanced city.
I mean, we're talking rail systems that are on magnetic rail systems. Even in the movie, it says that magnetic rail systems are way more advanced than the ones we actually have right now. I mean, these trains are carrying vibranium.
Yeah, because these mostly everything in the whole city is mostly made out of vibranium. Like all the clothes, the weapons, the vehicles that they use is pretty much everything. And there's still a huge mountain underneath them that they haven't even tapped, like Ulysses said. And because at one point, Mark Freeman's character was Ross.
He's a CIA agent
Ross. Well, he's interrogating him. Behind the glass, he says, "Well, you stole like literally the last part of vibranium from them." And he's all laughing like I've seen it. It's like they have a whole mountain worth of this stuff right here. I mean, what do you think his Black Panther suit is made of? His claws. Right. What do you think all this stuff came from?
Yeah, and then going back to the beginning of the movie where we see T'Chaka's brother, saying the exact same thing, saying, "Hey, we need to get this out," and he has a big giant vial like this of pure vibranium that he stole from Wakanda to try to help the people, because it takes place it opens up in Oakland.
Yeah,
so he's trying to help the violence of Oakland, and we all know how bad Oakland is, and he's trying to help the people in the community. So he uses the vibranium, but his brother discovers him and says, "You cannot take this out of Wakanda. It's punishable by death. You're going home."
So he whips out his gun, about to shoot him, and then that's when he attacks him, stabs him in the chest.
Now, Forrest Whitaker's character, we don't know this until the end of the movie, that actually Forrest Whitaker's character was actually sent by T'Chaka as a spy for his brother. So this whole time, his brother thought that he was his best friend that he met, when actually he was sent there by the original king to spy on his brother.
There's one thing that I'm starting to get like right now. It's like, how did Eric Killmonger, how did he know that Ulysses was wanted by Wakanda? Besides just the vibranium, and he wanted to use him to get into Wakanda.
I asked myself that same question. That's why I think this movie should have been broken into 2 parts. I think it was rushed because that's another good point.
Now, this is a good point. They could have like check this out. He would have surrendered him to Wakanda, and then after he became king, he does become king. He kicks Chadwick Boseman's character's ass. He becomes the new king, which is actually very neat.
Yeah.
After, this is my little alternate version. What they could have had Ulysses in there, and then when he became king, he could have released Ulysses, and it took as much vibranium as he wanted, and that could have had Ulysses for another story arc in the Marvel universe.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about Marvel. You got to keep your villains going. These villains are well known throughout the comic book verse, but not during the movie verse because they're not around. They're already killed off. They're in the first movie right away. So after he becomes king. Killmonger becomes king. He decides, you know what, we're going to distribute the
vibranium all over the world.
Now this separates the tribes against each other. Some of them are actually loyal to the king, and some are actually loyal to Wakanda.
W'Kabi, one of Black Panther's best friend, he's the leader of another tribe who actually is the boyfriend to the general. The general, she's very loyal to the throne. And so when Black Panther loses to Killmonger, she her name's like, I think you pronounce Ayo. Yeah, Ayo.
We're sorry if you can't pronounce her name correctly.
But anyway, so she's a general. She carries a spear. I mean, she had a really great scene in Korea. Yes. I'm not even going to spoil you in the spoiler talks. I want you to go check this scene out because
no spoilers in the spoiler talks.
It's a great scene with her spear, and throughout the movie, I thought she did a fantastic job. It just reminded me of like Donatello a little bit. But anyway, her character is boyfriend to W'Kabi, who is one of the ones that rebelled and who actually sided with Killmonger, saying, you know what, we got to get this technology out there. You know, there's a lot of suffering around the world. But the way Killmonger's pitching it is masking his actual true identity, which is world domination.
Pretty much.
And this is where I was telling him, leaving the movie, another reason why I gave it 3 out of 5 is because I felt like I'm watching Lion King all over again. But instead of Mufasa and Scar battling out, which are brothers, it's cousins battling out. You got Scar, who is Killmonger, and you got Simba, who is Black Panther, fighting for the throne.
Pride Rock, basically.
Yeah, Pride Rock is Wakanda.
Yeah, basically. At the end, he reveals himself. Yeah, he is still alive. Killmonger did not kill him, and the bold general lady still saying that the challenge is not over yet. You still have to do your thing. And he's all, no, kill him. And that's when she rebels, and that's when the tribes start fighting with each other. Some that are loyal to Wakanda, and some that are loyal to the crown. It
was mostly her boyfriend's tribe. I didn't really see other tribes, but they had vibranium technology. They made these invisible shields, which was pretty cool. And then he calls his rhinos, and they come out wearing a vibranium armor. I think
the rhinos didn't be in there. Rhinos were too huge and ridiculous.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, you know, the characters are pushed up against the wall. We think that the good guys are about to lose, and then all of a sudden, the White Ape tribe, the Outcast tribe, which, by the way, is what found the king when he was stolen over the side.
They actually found him.
They found him in the river. They nursed him back to health. Killmonger set ablaze, and this is the fire scene that we saw in the trailer, but he set ablaze the power of the Black Panther. This little plant, the little contents that you drain, and it gives you the ability of Black Panther. Well, he wanted to make it where there's no more Black Panther, so he set ablaze. One of the Chadwick's girlfriend steals one of the plants, takes it with her, gives him the black power, basically heal himself.
Yeah, he was basically dying, and he did that to save his life.
He, as king, he makes an alliance with the White Apes, which have been an outcast, so they come to his aid at the end.
I mean, they originally they said no, we're not going to help.
Yeah.
And at that final scene where he just said, well, they're put into a corner, and that's when you hear the oh, and they all come rushing, grabs the dude by his neck, go ah! They show in the trailer.
One of the secret credit endings. It was the first one. Basically, it's Black Panther coming to Austria.
The UN.
Yeah, to talk about, you know, that they're actually going to slowly
open up trade with the rest of the world to help them out.
Pretty much. And then really didn't say nothing about the vibranium, but did say that they're going to start helping out the world more. They're going to actually become more focal, more announced, more, you know.
Yeah, and one of the UN members said, like, well, what is one of your third worlds and what is farming going to do to help the rest of us in the world?
I thought that was a funny scene.
And of course, Black Panther is just all smiling, and that's where it cuts out right there.
Yeah, now, this is the one I told you about. Yes. He probably didn't pay attention.
Now, this is the very end credit scene.
This is the second end credit scene, the final one. We see these little kids in this little hut, and they're all giggling and goofing around and everything. Out of the hut comes Bucky Barnes, and he doesn't have his arm on. It's actually off, and it's being he has a robe on, and it's masking it. And Black Panther's sister, she says that, you know, how are you enjoying it? Are you feeling better? You know, and he stares.
He's like, I'm feeling a lot better now.
Yeah, which means I'm thinking that she probably gave him a little bit of the Black Panther powers, or the vibranium to kind of, you know, help him and nurse him to health.
I would say more of the vibranium.
Yeah, because then she says, come with me, we got to continue your training.
But, so right now, that was pretty much the only two end credits, so what is the next movie, guys? It is Infinity Wars.
Come this May, yes.
Yes, I can't wait, man. It's gonna be good. We're gonna see Thanos.
He just reminded me of something. There was another thing on YouTube where people were talking about we're gonna see the 6th Infinity Stone in this movie.
Yes, a lot of people were saying it was gonna be this one. No, are you people blind? It was in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Adam Warlock has nothing to do with Wakanda. Adam Warlock has the last Infinity Stone,
which
right
is the soul on that fucking box, right above it, right there. You'll see it's a big old stone.
Orange.
Because they hinted at it in 2, so hopefully they'll have to do it in 3. Or
so we're probably not even going to see the 6th Stone or the Infinity Stone, or Adam Warlock in general in Infinity Wars Part 1 because of the fact that the trailer does hint that Thanos only gets 2 stones of the 6 stones there are. He's not going to get them all in the first movie.
No. They show him getting a couple and showing how powerful he could possibly be.
Yeah.
And then they show him with the full on 6 stones at the second Infinity Wars, which is going to be awesome. And I really can't wait for this movie to come out because everybody's coming together. And I really can't wait.
And see, the Inhumans have a lot to play with the Thanos' defeat.
Inhumans is starting to bomb right now.
The series is terrible. I actually think that the Inhumans should be a movie franchise, but I'm not the one that makes the calls here. But the series is terrible. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, they should have just stuck with something else. Stick with modern characters, you know. They already showed like behind the scenes, not behind the scenes, but pictures of like Miss Marvel. Yeah. Already. So who knows what's gonna happen, guys?
Guys, thank you for watching. Like I said, we had a great time watching the movie. I know I give it 3 out of 5, but it's just, you know, I think the movie had some problems that could have been addressed.
I still stick with my 4 out of 5. I liked it. I enjoyed this movie. But we got other things coming up this year. Besides Infinity Wars, we got The Lost World coming out.
Screw Lost World. Venom.
Which is coming out later, which is probably going to be it's going to be an overhyped movie. It's going to be crap. Watch. It's going to be just like the fucking, what was it? The Last Jedi. Filled in with them with plot holes. What else? What other movies do we got coming up besides Venom and
his boyfriend has a movie coming out the same time as Venom. Aquaman. Ooh.
I didn't even heard of that one. But I want to go see Rampage with The
Rock.
That
actually looks pretty good.
I'd rather go check that one out than any other movies, like, tell you that much right now.
I'm not even gonna spoil nothing about Rampage.
I know, it's just about a bunch of monsters destroying buildings. That's pretty much it. Because I still have the original game itself sitting right there, guys. Yeah. So that is one we're gonna check out. So right now we're gonna wrap things up. I want to thank you very much for watching. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Please leave a comment.
We'll see you next time, guys.
And yes, we will see you again next time. Bye bye.